Number 11. Woman jumps from cruise ship. A woman jumped from the 10th floor of the Carnival Valor on February 15 after an arrest while aboard the ship. The unidentified woman was seen in a video held with hands at the back by officials, uncuffed, and led away on a flight of stairs. The 32-year-old woman was heard screaming Alicia's name before officials led her upstairs. The video then cuts to moments after she jumped into the Gulf of Mexico. The ship circled for hours, and rescuers tried to find her, but to no avail. Eyewitnesses claim that she hit her head on the edge of the vessel before she fell into the water face first. The incident occurred in New Orleans. The Coastguards suspended the search for the woman after their attempts proved futile. Number 10. Cuba ship sinking. A migrant ship sank off the coast of Havana, Cuba on December 11, 2021. The speedboat was overloaded with 23 migrants in bad weather as it made its way into the United States. 2 men were recovered dead when the sinking happened, with 2 minors, 12 men, and 7 women rescued. Coastguards near the Santa Cruz del Norte in Mayabque, a province on the border of Havana, found the castaways on a half-sunk speedboat and its occupants scattered in the sea. Since there is no documentation on the number of people in the boat, a search for possible missing people was immediately commissioned. This incident came after 2 other migrants died, and 10 went out attempting to get to Florida in the United States illegally. Number 9. Baltic fog collision. 2 cargo ships collided during foggy conditions on the Baltic Seas. The incident occurred between Bornholm and Ystad. The rescue mission took 5 hours and included a mix of divers and official rescue teams. There were civilian vessels in the vicinity who also jumped in and helped with the rescue. There were 9 vessels on a rescue mission, including 1 Danish helicopter. The collision left 2 people on the Danish ship missing, and the rescue team has not found any traces of them since December 13, 2021. The Karen Hoy, a 55-meter ship which was emptied during the incident, had capsized when authorities reached it. Its 2 people aboard missing. The 90-meter Scott carrier that it collided with was functional and its crew was all safe. Number 8. 27 killed in Channel boat disaster. Many people who migrate between France and England use the Channel. The incident occurred in November 2021 when the 27 were moving across England. 16 Iraqis, 4 Afghans, 3 Ethiopians, 1 Iranian, 1 Somali, and 1 Egyptian were on the vessel when the disaster hit. The French Interior Ministry later issued a statement noting that only 2 people survived the boat capsize, 1 Somali and the Iraqi. The Iraqi survivor suggested that they were 33 on the ship, which means that there are 6 people still missing. Their remains were sent to their various hometowns on December 26, 2021. Number 7. Lost at sea. Officials report an attempt to smuggle migrants into the United States from the Bahamas through the Florida coasts. The boat had 40 people on board and capsized on January 27, 2022. But the 3-day search did not answer where they could be. The rescue mission discovered 5 dead bodies and a lone survivor, who confirmed that nobody wore a life jacket on the ship. The Miami officials halted their search and confirmed that they had no cause to believe that anyone else survived the accident. Meanwhile, a probe to prosecute anyone who organized or profited off the dangerous and now grossly fatal venture is in place. Number 6. Canada sinking. On February 15, 2021, news from Montreal is that at least 10 fishermen died and 11 are still missing when a 50-meter trawler from Spain, Via de Petancio, sank in rough seas off the Canadian waters. The Spanish vessel had 24 people aboard when it fell. Poor weather conditions also limited the efforts of rescuers. The Joint Rescue Coordination Center retrieved 7 bodies and 3 survivors at first. Later, they found additional 3 deceased people in the hunt. The 3 survivors were in a state of hypothermic shock due to the very low temperature of the water in eastern Canada. Madrid received 2 distress calls when the incident happened. Number 5. Burning PORSCHES. Devastating news from Portugal on February 17 shows that a cargo ship carrying thousands of luxury cars caught fire and started drifting offshore on the coast of Azores. The vessel departed from Germany and was scheduled to arrive at Rhode Island. The ship carried over 1,100 PORSCHES and other highly priced luxury vehicles like 189 Bentleys. Altogether, there were 4,000 vehicles on board. The inventory in the vessel did not burn down, and there is no proof how much remains now. All 22 crew members were rescued before the ship drifted further away. Number 4. Greece fire. Euroferry Olympia was headed to Brindisi, Italy when it caught fire. Most of the passengers were evacuated, but some truck drivers on board were unaccounted for. Among the 281 survivors, there have been 2 unregistered survivors on the vessel. That could only mean that the numbers could have been more than officials quoted, with unregistered travelers. The survivors so far include 250 passengers, including the 2 unregistered Afghans and 51 crew members. As of now, 3 onboard truck drivers are still suffering from breathing difficulties from the fire. Recently, 2 more unidentified bodies have been discovered. That brings the number to 3 dead bodies and 8 missing people. Number 3. Bangladesh accident claims 21 lives. A boat reportedly carrying 60 people collided in August 2021. At least 21 people, including 9 women and 6 children, died, and 7 people were critical. The search included local civilians and a joint rescue team. Some of the survivors also swam to the banks of the lake. However, their families remain missing. The authorities blame poor maintenance for the accident. Overcrowding caused 78 people to die on a cargo ship in 2015. There have been sanctions and an open investigation into the circumstances leading to the collision. This brought the tally to 3 in the South Asian country. In April and May, 2 capsizing accidents also killed 54 people. In 2020, a significant ferry accident also killed 32 people. Number 2. Odessa explosion. An Estonian cargo ship sank on the Ukrainian port of Odessa after an explosion on March 3. Out of 6 crew members, only 2 were rescued. The 2 were in the water raft while the 4 remained missing. Vista Shipping Agency, who was responsible for the ship, grew worried as the situation in Ukraine got worse by the minute. Igor Ilves, manager of the agency, spoke to London reporters and seemed devastated by the incident. Igor answered the query of the missing crew members with a painful, quote, "I don't know where they are at the moment." Number 1. Sri Lanka chemical shipwreck. MV Express Pearl, a chemical ship carrying 81 containers of hazardous materials, caught fire and caused environmental carnage on the Sri Lanka coast of Colombo. The disaster was destructive in every way. Hundreds of tons of chemicals and plastics leaked into the sea until they caught fire. Roughly 1,200 tons of plastic pellets filled the shores. The burning lasted for 2 weeks before the ship finally sank. The accident was described as Sri Lanka's worst marine disaster by authorities. The Sri Lankan government claimed $40 million in damages for operational costs incurred in handling the shipwreck. The Singapore-based company that owned the ship said in late December 2021 that they had... Which of these accidents was most shocking to you?